WA heavyweight champion Terry Funk, and possibly soon to be. How many times has it been, Terry?
Well, if you would have been, what is this called? Wrestling Talk. Well, if you would be up on your wrestling, how many times have I been champion? Well, you ought to be able to figure that out. I was only the NWA champion one time. And if you look at that, you'll realize that I was champion for 14 months. Now, you guys have got a wrestling talk show, so you talk to me, Paul, and ask me some questions. Ask me anything that you want about anything, and I will give you the answer. But since this man did not even know when I was champion or how many times I was champion, and he is supposed to be the authority on NWA wrestling and WWF wrestling and IWC or CWF or whatever it is, well, since he doesn't know those answers, I will talk to you, because I can tell that you, Paul, are a gentleman and a scholar, and also I can tell that your name is Paul. Paul, you know how I can tell your name is Paul? Because he has Paul right on his jacket. Now, Paul, ask me any question that you would like to ask me. Why don't you ask me how I did against Sting tonight? Ask me, how did I do against Sting? I did wonderful against Sting. I kicked his butt. Now, why don't you ask me about how I'm going to do against Flair? I'll tell you how I'm going to do against Flair. That banana-nosed, horse-toothed idiot that looks like Barbara Bush in drag. I am going to make it not the glory days in Baltimore, but the glory days in Baltimore. Now, would you like to ask me about my family? How is my family doing? Yes, my family is doing wonderful. And now, for you, I want to tell you, never open up your mouth or say a word to me. If you do, I'm telling you what, I'll do worse to you than I did to Ric Flair. And don't get silly with me either, Paul. You understand? I am a professional wrestler, and
I wasn't born there. I didn't go to school there. I've never been drunk there. I've never done nothing there. Nothing. Me and Newton, Massachusetts. You never even drove through it. Might be a nice city, might be a nice town to be from, and that's why I've never been there, never lived there.
That's interesting. I guess that rumor is from a newspaper article that appeared some years ago.
I think, yeah.
When you had won the King of the Ring tournament against the Iron Sheik was the last one of you.
Yeah,
back in 84, 85, was it?
Something like that, yeah, the very first King of the Ring in Sullivan Stadium. Yeah, some disc jockey was up for doing the promotion there or something. I guess somebody looked like me, or I guess there's a lot of people looking like me wandering around.
That's interesting, but you are from Hawaii. Let's get the record straight.
As far as I know.
Okay. Wrestling Talk Live, hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Go ahead.
Hi, Don.
Yeah.
Have you ever been managed by any other buddy than Fuji?
Yeah.
The Grand Wizard.
Wizard, Lou Albano, Superstar Billy Graham.
Okay, and I just wanted to say that I think you're a good wrestler.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling Wrestling Talk
You're
Live.
a good caller.
Now, Superstar Billy Graham, as people out there know, was the last manager you had in the WWF. Do you stay in contact with him now?
Yeah, every now and then I get a hold of him. He's either in Phoenix or not in Los Angeles.
And I noticed you still enter the ring, or the last time I saw you still enter the ring with his Superstar music.
Yeah, not anymore, but I was for a while.
And the tie-dye, no more tie-dye either?
I still have a few tie-dyes laying around. I like to keep in the color.
There you go.
Not exactly tie-dye.
I hear tie-dye is coming back.
Did you mug an old lady with a kerchief or something?
No, this belongs to Elaine Gold.
No, that's a designer.
Oh.
Belongs to. Anyway, do we have a call?
We do?
Let's take it.
Let's take it.
581-9061.
Hello out there in TV land.
Hello?
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 Yes.
Yes, I was just wondering if, Don, do you still talk to Superstar? Are you in touch with him still?
Yeah, I just answered that earlier. Yeah, I get in touch with him every now and then.
You know, because ever since the incident, you know, when you got your knee hurt and all that, you know, I still think you're the best. And I'd love to see a comeback someday.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Thank
calling.
you for calling Wrestling Talk.
See, now, this is a misconception I think people have sometimes, is that when you're not in the WWF or any of the big three and you're wrestling for the independents, they always think, well, you have to make a comeback, you know, whereas you're still wrestling under a heavy schedule.
Yeah, well, I'm not on that heavy schedule right now. I'm I'm basically semi-employed. I've been around a few independent promotions and things in Massachusetts, in Maine, New York, but by and large, I'm like I said, I'm winding up my United States career real fast and moving into Asia.
Okay. Well, we have to go to a break now, and we'll be right back with more of your calls for Don Muraco.
And trivia questions.
Stay tuned.
Are you happy?
Trivia question.
Let's.
Okay? Now, the trivia question is, and this is, you know, it's going to remind you of some, I don't know if they're painful memories or what, okay? But who was the wrestler that Mr. Fuji and Don the Rock Muraco hung from the rope? Do you remember that?
You want me to answer?
Do you remember it?
I remember it.
I don't want you to say who it is. But anybody that can answer that question out there, what do they get, Paul?
Okay. We're not only going to give them the gift certificate to Racer-Rammer over on Bridge Street in Salem.
So Paul can have somebody to play with. Yeah.
And we're going to give him this Royal Rumble poster that looks just like this one up here, which is a collector's item because I don't think you can get that. Get those guys out of here. Thank you.
Don't stop here for an oil change. Okay.
Anyways, the poster looks like that. And
again,
that's what you win.
The question is, who was the man that Mr. Fuji and Don the Rock Muraco, then the Magnificent Muraco, hung from the rope?
Okay, let's continue now.
We didn't bite him, though.
No, you didn't bite him. No, no.
At least the ref didn't see you bite him.
All right, let's talk about the events that led up to your change of attitude. Okay, we have a phone call, and then I'll take it from there. Okay. 5819061. Hello, you're on Wrestling Talk Live.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, I'm calling about the trivia question.
Okay.
Is it Ricky Steamboat?
Is right.
You got it.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Hey!
And what did he win, Paul?
Okay, caller wins. What camera am I on here? Chinlock?
Ooh.
You win the gift certificate, caller, and you win the lovely poster up here.
Lovely poster.
So if you stay on the line and give the information to the operator, they'll take it down, and I hope to see you down at Racer-Ram so I can race you.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Muraco.
Okay.
After All Japan, will you be wrestling in the WWF or NWA?
No, I have no plans to wrestle with any United States-based organization.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to
And
stay on the line.
now.
5819061. Fine. Do we have another gift certificate?
We got more gift certificates.
Okay.
We don't have any more posters, though, but we do have more gift certificates.
Let's follow up on the answer to that question. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, now the current NWA heavyweight champion. What's your relationship now with Mr. Steamboat?
I don't call him every weekend.
No,
That's what we're trying to know. No,
Did you guys ever make amends, or?
we at one time after WrestleMania 3, we had planned on getting together in a couple tag team matches.
Really?
And
Couldn't talk too well after we hung him from the rope.
no, that was a while. He let bygones be bygones. I think
If he could forgive Savage for hitting him off the top rope with the bell, I guess he could forgive that, right?
I don't know what he could do. He's supposed to be. He's fellow Hawaiian, so you know, I guess he accepted that.
During that feud, I remember, he blamed Fuji for that action because he said he had known you in Hawaii and you weren't a bad guy.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not bad. Mr. Fuji's a nasty person.
Okay. Well, let's think of another trivia question.
Let's. Because we got
further back in this is going to be a really hard one now, okay? And I have another one, okay? Now, early in your career, you were a fan favorite, much as you are now, okay? But there was one particular match, I think it was in San Francisco, against a certain man, which made you change your attitude. Do you remember what I'm thinking of? Do you know what I'm thinking of? Okay. Who was the wrestler that Mr. Muraco fought that made him change his attitude?
Beat him for the U.S. title.
You beat him for the U.S. title. Okay, that's a good hint.
I think we have a call.
Okay. You're on Wrestling Talk Live. Hello. A hang-up. Must have not known the question, I guess. While waiting for our next call, a while ago, I wanted to talk about the events that led up to your status now as The Rock, okay? Piper's Pit versus the Flower Shop. That's when it all came about.
Yeah.
Right? When you first teamed with Orton and everything. Now, what made you, when you first were a guest of Piper's Pit, when he was going up against Adonis, okay, you were Piper's guest. Now, what made you go on Adonis' side rather than Piper's at that point?
I felt, basically, I had the feeling myself, and that because Roddy Piper regard what the flower shop consisted of, remember, what the ideals he was trying to get across, the point of view he was trying to represent. I just felt that it, deserved the freedom of the airways, freedom of the talk show, freedom of speech, etc. That deserved, along with everything else, the same opportunity to be aired. And that Roddy Piper was established himself as censor, judge, confessional, signed, sealed, and delivered. He just set himself up as the final word. Or that, I don't really get into that lifestyle. That's probably why I'm not with WWF anymore. But, you have you're entitled to.
You guys did a number on Piper there.
Yeah, we did. He got over it, too.
I think we got another phone call.
Okay. You're on Wrestling Talk Live.
Hello, Don. Do you still hold the North American belts?
No, I don't. I had to forfeit that up in Calgary.
How come?
Because my schedule didn't lend back for me returning to defend the title, because I went to Singapore and Malaysia in February, and I was booked to a few places in the United States. I just didn't have time to return to Stampede North American title.
And that was Don the Rock Muraco back again with us, and I think we have even more on him, Paul. He was always one of my favorite wrestlers. I don't know about you.
Excuse me, but I think I have something a little more important
What's that?
to enlighten our audience here tonight, or this morning. Now, you said there was no mayor of Swampscott, right?
Yeah, I said it.
It so happens that I have a ballot here.
A ballot?
And I'd like you to look at it. You notice there's more yeses than there is no's, and they want me to run for mayor.
But Paul, the primary is over. You can't run for mayor. How can you run for mayor?
But the people...
There's no mayor. They have...
It's the people that decide.
I don't see any names on here, though.
Oh, say, can you see
Paul.
by the dawn's early light?
Paul. Paul.
But the growly we hail
What do you think, you Roseanne
at the
Barr?
twilight last
Paul.
gleaming, and the rock
I'm going to get out of here. I'm Ed Caplan, and this is Paul Fay, Mayor Paul Fay, maybe.